Yo, what is up, guys? I'm standing in front of the F-150 that we're working on, and unfortunately we got some of the worst news that we could have. When we finally got the head off the motor, we could see the piston. It was the worst thing that could have happened, but there's a big fat hole in the piston, big enough that obviously the piston was no longer any good. It was for cylinder number 5 here, so right away what I did was I dropped everything underneath the car that I needed to get the oil pan off, and I pushed the piston right out of the top. Yeah, unfortunately the piston is shot, which I'm going to get you guys a quick little clip of here. I already took the piston head off of the rod, and that was pretty simple. And I guess the piston head itself, I found one for 25 that's used. I found one for like 100 or maybe even 75 new, but I'm just gonna go with the used one. I'm actually looking to buy another motor for this thing, not to replace the motor, but to take the parts that I need off of it. I even found out some worse news as the day went along. I had the head for the Volkswagen that I've repaired on my channel, or that I removed the head from on my channel. I had that head at the machine shop, and that one was finished, so I took the head from the F-150 in while I picked up the head from the Volkswagen. So I was hoping that they would be able to fix the head, because it was the guy that owns the shop. He took a look at the head and he said, yeah, this head is scrap metal now. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. And you can see down in here, here's a proper valve, and nothing's beat up, you could tell, but you could see how whooped this thing is. And there is actually a valve stuck in here, in between here. That is this one that broke off when this intake was open. It got stuck in there. There's no machining that's gonna fix this. This seat is really chewed up. This wouldn't have been so bad, he said, but he said for the most part there's really not much we can do about this. So what I have to do now is I have to go ahead and get a new head, which really sucks. So we're in the middle of finding one that possibly it has to be from a 2009 to 2014, my research tells me, and I could just swap it right on over. Pretty much it wouldn't be too difficult if that was the case, as long as everything came off, you know, appropriately. We had busted a couple of the exhaust manifold bolts, a couple of them snapped off. Luckily these broke free, which we were going to re-stud these anyway, because they always are leaking. If you know Fords, it's a common thing where, and you could see that this one actually was leaking here. I don't know if somebody tried to previously repair it, but you could see the black soot here from exhaust. It could have just been a gasket, but they had broke the stud. This was done before I bought the truck. So then when I tried to remove these two, those broke, and then these four came. But this whole back of the motor was really rusty for some reason. Ford really didn't have the best design there. In any case, this head is no longer any good. I can't use it. I mean, I can remove the cam from it. I could remove the valves, these other valves from it, which, you know, might be worth a couple nickels, but it's not worth my time. I'm probably just gonna end up scrapping this thing. I might pull the cam, because if I ever need a cam, I buy these F-150s all the time. So if I ever need a cam, I could just grab this one. But yeah, you can see I set it back down here. There you go, you can see the cam here. Yeah, the cam's in good shape. This solenoid here, this VVCT or whatever it's called, one time cost me 120 bucks. I might pull that out and keep it. I might even pull these valves just in case. Some of these roller rockers go bad, I've been told, in these motors, so it wouldn't be a bad idea for me to grab some of that. Yeah, for the most part, it was the worst news that we could have gotten doing the job, because if you were watching in the beginning of the video, the truck was misfiring with no engine codes. So we had replaced the coils and the spark plugs, and that didn't fix it. So then we did a compression test, and we noticed that cylinder 5 was leaking. So we pulled the valve cover off the driver's side head. I found that broken valve in there, which that broken valve is right here if you want to see it. The rest of it's in that other valve in the head. This one's right here. Here's the top. Here's the roller rocker, and the spring broke. We found that, so then we were wishful thinking that we were just going to be able to remove the head, have it machined, put 2 new valves in it, and that was going to fix the problem. After getting the news from the machine shop that we can't fix that head, you know, we're just pretty much screwed here. We got to just get a new head. We're looking to get another truck with that, or a motor, anything that we can just pull that from, because they're about $300, but I think I could probably get another truck or like another motor for around the same price. I don't know. I got to do some more research about that. Piston also, you know, those are all around. The piston heads I can get from a junkyard, or I have a lot of different connections where I'm able to get that stuff. So the piston head I'm not too worried about, and it really wasn't too difficult for me to remove from the motor. We're gonna get the piston head, drop it back in, put everything back together underneath the truck. Hopefully we find a head for the motor at the same time. It's really consuming my entire garage, and I just don't have that much space to work around it. There's that awesome little pocket bike that we're fixing too. After I had dropped the oil pan too, I found the piece of the piston head smashed up in there. It was just sitting right where I picked it up. I got a lot of work ahead of me, but hopefully, like I've said all along in the series, that if the truck runs, it's worth a good amount of money. It is the 4-door, 4-wheel drive, 2009, only has 146,000 miles. And I think the whole problem and why this all happened in the first place was this is the tensioner for the timing chain. I think this is bad. That belongs like right here on the head. You can see this side's right here, it's on the head. This one, there's no play in the chain, and on that side there was a ton of play in the chain. I just want to say now, if you guys are still watching, I've really been trying to grow the channel. I'm up a bunch of subscribers, and I'd really like to try and keep progressing that way. So if you're watching, guys, just go ahead, give me a sweet thumbs up. Maybe hit the subscribe button if you want to see how the series ends with the truck. Maybe if you want to watch me rebuild this pocket bike, I'd greatly appreciate it, and that would be totally awesome. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned to see what I do next with this F-150 truck. Peace.